The one, the only, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest band of the 90s, Aerosmith.
Yeah. You teased this to me a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago.
it's a tease.
Not a 90s band.
Okay. No, they did not start in the 90s, but as you just said with Soundgarden, neither did Soundgarden. And for that matter, neither did Nirvana. So let's start there. The other thing is, yes, Aerosmith, early to mid-70s, was the biggest band in America. That's when Dream On, Sweet Emotions, all that stuff came out. But Steven Tyler decided to be a drug addict for 15 years. And they didn't really do much from the mid-70s until the early 90s. Then you had Permanent Vacation come out. You had Janie's Got a Gun and that stuff. That started building to when the 90s hit and 1993 hit. And you cannot tell me that Get a Grip is not one of the best albums possible. On every
Aerosmith.
And everything's a banger. So you have that. What they did with their music videos during that period of time where they introduced Alicia Silverstone and his daughter Liv Tyler to the world, where the videos are different than anything we've ever seen before. They're mini movies, basically. They're basically taking John Landis's Michael Jackson Thriller and turning it on its head and creating like an action movie and a drama based on their songs. It was very cool. But the reason I think that they ended up number one is they had a killer mid-90s too, a lot more songs, but 1998, one song only is the reason that they're my number one. And I said it, and I sang it to you when you were sick that one time, whispering it in your ear, because I didn't want you to close your eyes, and I did not want you to fall asleep, because I would miss you, baby. And I did not want to miss a thing.
Those are memories I'll never forget. No, listen, I think that Aerosmith is the greatest American rock band of all times.
Correct.
I just don't think that you can consider them a 90s band.
But if you're considering from 1990 to the year 2000, who was a bigger, badder, more important 90s band for the entirety of the decade, there is nobody.
Well, I'm going to argue my number one is bigger, badder, and more important.
Nirvana?
No, Nirvana was my number three.
Oh, what's your number one?
Radiohead.
Ugh.
Radiohead defined music in the 90s. They defined grunge with Pablo Honey and the Bends. And then they redefined music with OK Computer Kid. I mean, from Pablo Honey. Let's exclude Pablo Honey, right? Because that's where Creep was on. Creep was the first song that I remember making me feel feelings.
It's the only radio song I've ever heard.
That's just definitely not true.
Maybe I've heard it. I swear to God, I don't know the name of one other Radiohead song.
That's fair. I don't care. From the Bends through In Rainbows.
The fucking band gives me the bends.
Which came out 2007. So like the Bends came out in 95. It's telling me. So 95 to 2007 is an immaculate run of albums.
Great. So the majority of that run was not even in the 90s. So kudos to you.
The majority of the run?
You said it was a 12-year run, and 7 of the years were in the 2000s.
So you said one song in 1998, Matt. Kudos to you. What are you talking about?
Well, I could tell you about how they
You said 5 years from 93 to 98.
Well, 96.
So you're discounting my 5 years, but your 5 years works. Is that what we're saying? Your 5 years of songs are good, but my 5 years of songs are not good?
I have 10 full years of songs.
So do I.
No, you have 12 years of songs. Only 5 in the 90s. I have a band that was from 1990 to 2000, a band the entire time.
Pablo Honey came out in 1991, Matt.
No one knows what that is.
You are trying to.
You are in your hit. You are in your list.
My list should be what your list is. I'm telling you that my list of favorite bands of the 90s is my favorite list of the 90s, and Radiohead is my favorite band of the 90s.
You just want to.
What anything you're going to say is going to convince me otherwise.
I just don't think you're self-aware enough to realize that you're in a hipster bubble that you can't get out of, and that your insulated life, where you just walk the streets in your tight jeans and overalls, and you have a bandana out of your back pocket.
Overalls at the same time?
Yes.
Tight jeans, so I'm wearing tight jeans and then overalls over my tight jeans.
Yes, and a scarf.
Okay.
And a scarf. And a scarf.
Okay.
That's your look, and a sports coat with that.
Okay, so favorite bands have to be popular.
And Doc Martens.
the most popular bands have to be my favorite bands. Is that what we're saying?
I'm not saying.
And by the way, Radiohead is so popular. It's not like they're like some hipster choice. Like millions and millions of people have Radiohead as their favorite band. I'm not saying anything special.
Yeah, they're either hipsters or live in England.
I just couldn't disagree with you more.
Right, because your
takes are really judgmental. And this is a safe space. I thought we talked about.
It is a safe space, but our listeners have been saying.
Not if I don't like the bands that you like.
I just don't know how you can compare Aerosmith to Radiohead in any way.
Yeah, I agree. Radiohead crushes them. It's not even a question.